One of our brother is in trouble right now in Italy. Why? There are stories that embarrass us. There are stories that shame us. And then there are stories that force us to stop, look in the mirror, kurukuru, and ask ourselves, what exactly is happening to our people abroad? Can someone tell me in the comment, please? In a quiet town in Italy, one of our brother was arrested in a public park. Not for stealing, not for fighting, but for an act that shocked an entire nation. The headline in the newspaper and also on the internet are screaming. The internet is bustling. But beneath that noise lies a truth that nobody wants to discuss. There's a town in Italy called Sazana, a peaceful town in the northern part of Italy. This town has some kind of big park there. The name of that park is Croata Park, a place where families bring their children to play, where mothers, you see them, they will sit on benches there watching their children when they were playing. A park where in the summertime or sometime when your head is full, you just want to relax so that you can get things off your head. These are places where life is even supposed to be calm. Residents there, they now notice one thing, when they were all in the park, that something is wrong somewhere. What is that? They saw smoke. Smoke? Then they started moving closer to the area where the smoke was coming from. You know, Igbo now, things like that, they want to put their nose, they want to poke nose. These people, they were expecting a barbecue, only for them to find out that that site stopped them in their track. According to the local Italian report, we say I carry my eye, I see. They said it was a Nigerian migrant. This man had killed meow. He won't chop bushmeat. The police, sharp, they arrived there within a minute. This our brother was arrested on the spot. He wasn't just charged with some kind of wahala, he was charged with animal cruelty. This is a crime that is being treated with extreme severity in the European legal system. This our brother now has entered Begil. But when the news now hit the waves, the Italian gaga themselves, they didn't just react, they exploded. In fact, the security counselor of Sazana called it some kind of act that has no place in a civilized society. That what this guy has done that is even barbaric. The deputy minister himself even took him out there. The deputy minister talks, say, this one that happened now is an act that must not go unpunished. That this guy need to face the law. My people, we have to understand one thing, that this wasn't just about this was a direct, violent collision of culture. To the European minds, a pet is a member of the family. It is also a sacred trust for them. When the trust is being broken in a public space, the backlash isn't just directed at the individual. It is directed at the entire immigrant community in that country. And this will lead to some kind of eye that they will use in judging everybody. It will affect some kind of people to stay in that country. It will affect some people looking for a job. As a matter of fact, wait. Before we even condemn this guy, before we throw stones, we must ask the deeper question. How does a man, fully grown up man, end up doing things in a public park in a foreign land? This our brother. Was he homeless? Was he hungry? If he wants to eat meat, one of the cheapest meat in Obodoyibo is chicken. As cheap as €3, you can get a full chicken. Why do you have to go to the extent of buying meow? Or was he mentally unstable? Or are we going to say probably maybe he's isolated? All this does not give some kind of excuse to his act, but it reveals the shadow of the diaspora that we refuse to see. We see the shining photos on Instagram. We see the shining photo on Facebook, but we don't see the man who has lost his mind from the loneliness of a foreign country. We see the success stories on Facebook. We see the success stories on Instagram as well. But we don't see the man who has hit rock bottom and has no hand to pull him up. My people, let's be honest, eh? Abroad is not soft life. Abroad is not what you see on WhatsApp status. It is a grind. And for some people, that grind turns into a graveyard. There are brothers out there. Right now, as I'm talking to you now, some brothers have no place to sleep. Some, they even have no food to eat. Some, their story is as bad as rock bottom. Do you know that some of our brothers in Obodo, they sleep under the bridge? But these are things that you don't get to see, yeah, on social media. They will never post that they sleep, under the bridge. Some, even they live in some kind of abandoned buildings. These are buildings that even their their dog would not sleep in those buildings. You even see some of our brothers there working illegal jobs that even strip them of their dignity. This isn't to justify the act of this our brother, but this is, for all of us to understand that a broken spirit is a dangerous thing. These are some of the consequences that some people are facing. This same man now gonna face some kind of criminal charges. In fact, jail time is right in front of him waiting. And mostly, certainly, deportation can even be the next case. But the cost here is higher than all these things. This thing has brought public humiliation upon himself, and the worst of it all, it has fueled the fire of xenophobia. Italian officers, Gaga themselves, are using this to say, we will not allow barbaric customs in our own territory. When one person acts this way, they provide the ammunition for other people to demand that we all be sent back home to where we came from. One person's mental collapse becomes the public image of thousands of innocent people. And that is the tragedy right now. If you have a brother, a sister, a cousin, a nephew, or even a friend abroad, please call them, hear from them, talk to them, because they might be going through a lot. And don't assume that they are fine simply because they haven't complained. No, they are suffering inside and even they are dying silently. If you're planning to jackpot to Obodo, if you're planning to jackpot abroad, please understand this. Abroad is not for the faint-hearted people. It is not for the unprepared. You need a support system if you're traveling to Obodo. You need a community around you. And you need to learn the culture and adapt with the system of where you're going. Don't assume that, after all, there's human right, there's human right. No. Animals, they even have rights, sometimes more than the human themselves. We are our brother's keeper. If we don't look after our own gaga, the system will look after them for us. And it will not be with mercy. So, my people, let me put this question to you guys. Number one question. Was this man a wicked man? Or was he broken by the system? Number two, should this man be punished severely? Or is this a failure of our community support? Number three, what does this incident teach us about the reality of life abroad? Please, drop your thought below and let's talk in the village square. This is African Blago TV. This is where we speak the truth, and that same truth will wake you up.